everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me tonight on bingo night. Yay, I'm excited. Good luck, everybody. I think my video is fixed. Apparently, somebody had mentioned that they thought maybe I had an update, and I did because I remember my computer, you know how it turns off and back on. Well, I think it updated and reset my settings. So I had to go in and look at everything, and the resolution was completely off. Looks like it's okay today. I'm so happy. Took me about a half hour after the video to kind of figure out like what is going on. And then finally I thought about what somebody said, and I was like, maybe it did reset the settings. So I went in and looked, and sure enough, it did. So I am so glad that that is not the issue anymore. So, you know how all of a sudden sometimes there's buttons that look wrong? Like, was that lit up before, or is that just regular? And I'm like, it better not be anything different. So anyway, good. Yay. It looks good for you guys too. I'm so glad. Good evening from Austin with 85-degree weather. Oof. It is only 52 here. It stormed last night. We have a pergola on our back patio on our backyard, and the pergola has that shade thing that goes over it, and it shades and it turns this way, so you can rotate it up so the sun comes in, or blocks this way and vice versa. Well, it got shredded last night. Although we knew we were due for a new one, we definitely will be getting one this year because it is gone. Thank you for sharing to Facebook, Stacy. I appreciate it. Sue, I'm going to scroll up on my chat real quick. I think I saw you on here. Yeah, Sue Ray, I believe you paid for bingo twice this month, and you also paid for March. I'm going to double check when I go back in because your name was listed twice on February, and I didn't get a chance to look. So I will email you and let you know. And then either we could, there's no bingo in April, so either we could move one to May, or I could reimburse you. So let me just double check and make sure, because I think you did. And so I just want to make sure you know that. So I will look at that probably tomorrow, and I'll let you know. Hello, everyone. Yay, I'm glad it looks good. So we're going to jump in. We've got a lot to talk about, and we are going to just jump and get started. I want to talk about the Olympics and all kinds of things, but we don't have time. So, well, I will tell you, I do have a handful of kits left. If you want to play bingo tonight, you absolutely can. There's a link below that says bingo. It's February bingo, so make sure that's the one you register for. We're going to make a card first anyway, so you have some time to register. I'm going to go over some rules and everything really quickly. As long as you start, whenever you register and sign up, you will get the full kit, but you will not, of course, qualify for the bingos that have already passed or that I'm in the middle of. The kits will go out tomorrow. They're packaged and ready to go. I do not send them out until after bingo night. Tonight is about relaxing, having fun, chatting, and enjoying yourself, watching the making of the cards. And if I boo-boo, you'll know what not to do. And if they come out great, then you'll know what to do. And then you can come back and sign up, or excuse me, you can come back and create your projects at your leisure. Deb, I did get you on my list already. Thank you. So anybody that's already registered today, you are good, up to like 2 minutes ago. So, and I'm watching and they pop up on my phone. But if you do register tonight, please let me know your numbers and put them in the chat. Okay. And make sure I see it and recognize it. So I want to make sure I write it down. So the kits go out tomorrow. Tonight is my way of kind of triple checking, making sure that I've got everything measured right, that everything's in your kit, that you will be able to create your projects and have everything in your kit. So that's kind of why I do that today. Besides, it's kind of fun to just sit back, relax, and have fun. And so we're going to do that this evening. Let's see what else. So rules of bingo. Let's go over that really quickly. You can win bingo one time and one time only. If you are a consolation prize, which means you are the second person that said bingo, you can opt to continue and play and then continue going for a bingo. Or you can just say, yes, I'll take the consolation prize, which could be anything. It could be a stamp set. It could be a Stampin' dies. It could be DSP, embellishments. It could be just a multitude of different things. So that is kind of how bingo works. You will, I don't think I have anybody new today. So if I have anybody that hasn't played before, let me know. But basic rules, if you're new and you want to play, you're going to type in the chat B when I call the first number that's on your list, and then BI when I call the second one, and have your letters ready to go and hit enter when you see your bingo. So if you need to be the first person that says bingo to win the bingo, okay? If you need your numbers, let me know. Now is the time to let me know so I can make sure everybody has their numbers. They should be in your receipt when you play bingo, so they should always be there. I suggest making yourself a little folder that just says bingo or video games or my name or whatever, and then that way you can always go back to your last one and make sure that it's this month's bingo and have your numbers. All right, March bingo is already up for registration. There's a link below. You're going to, if you get a consolation prize, it will be in your bingo package going to you tomorrow, which is another good way of waiting to send those bingos out. And then what happens with the prizes is if you win bingo, what you're going to do, and it's free shipping right now, yay. So what you're going to do is you are going to put an order together. You can either add it in your cart, screenshot it, and send that to me. You could just write down your numbers and the name of the product. I don't really need the page number and all that stuff, as long as you have the number and the name. Because if the number is wrong by chance, which has happened, I can look at the name and know what you wanted and I can find it. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind. Once you send your order to me, I'll put it in my system. Once I have the total and everything ready to go, I'll screenshot that, send it to you with an invoice minus the $100 because you will win a $100 prize shopping in my store. Okay, so you will get free shipping. If you want the product of the month, I cannot add that. I always put your order in as a customer order. So I wonder if you're a customer and you haven't ordered it. I've never had to do that before, so I don't know. But if you want the product of the month, write it down on there. And if I can, I will get it for you. And let's see what else. Because I think what I do is I go into your name and then put it in. I've never had to try that. Usually my customers put their own orders in, so I'm not quite sure. But we'll try it if you want to. Let's see what else. Free shipping right now. Bonus dollars. You've got that. But I think you have to put that in yourself. And I think that is about it, unless I'm forgetting something. Okay, numbers. So Rosie, your numbers are 3, 11, 15, 24, and 27. And Tanya, your numbers are 13, 18, 24, 29, and 30. Okay, one of the important things to know is when you either walk away and come back to YouTube or click out and come back, even if you are on Chrome and you're changing to a different page, a different tab, please make sure you grab that bar down below and you pull it all the way to the end so that you're current to where I'm at, because it's so frustrating for you when I'm creating the next project and I see somebody say B and I'm like, oh no, they're behind. And then by the time you hear me say you're behind, so just make sure you grab that bar and just pull it all the way and make sure you're current with us. Mine too, since I changed my way of doing it. Oh, okay, Carol. Okay, Carol, your numbers are 1, 2, 8, 13, and 24. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. All right, so I'm gonna start our first project, and I'll ask one more time before we do bingo if anybody needs their numbers so that we can make sure everybody has everything that they need. And so let's get started. All right, so the first card actually was a bingo. I'm gonna bring my light over. Was a bingo that I was going to do in December, I think. And then I kept coming with new product, and I kept putting it in, but I just love this card. And it's with Petals of Beauty. Okay, so this is the stamp set, which we don't even use. Okay, we are using the sentiment. Oh, I just pulled it out. Where did I get it from? Oh, I just put it away. I was using it for something else, so let me pull it out. It is with Friendly Foliage right here. Thinking of you. Sorry, my dog hears me moving around in here. And so that is the one we're going to use. And then we used our cutout of DSP, and we used these dies on top. And of course, we have to have some glimmer now and again, right? So that is what we're going to do. Now, I will tell you that I packaged these all up. They're ready to go. And guess what I did? First card right out the gate, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to show you because it's a lesson learned. You've probably seen me do this before, but you need to do this. Is we need to cut the white down. So I'm going to do it on my regular trimmer so I can show you what I would do. We need this to be 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. So if you look at because we embossed it and then I put it inside your kit. And I didn't cut it down. So you're going to go, oh, that doesn't work. You're going to also notice, because I used white and because I used the background paper as a DSP, I decided, you know what, we're going to see that DSP, or I'm going to add a little bit more white, plus it's DSP. So what did I do? I cut it down 4 by 5 1/4 because I don't want to go 4 1/8 on DSP. So that is why this, we're going to cut down to 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, let me triple check that for you. 3 3/4, yes, by 5. All right, so we're going to just, now, again, when you cut anything that's been embossed, I'm going to go to 3 3/4. I'm going to start my blade in the middle of the project. If you start it down here and it just happens to catch the edge of your DSP, of your embossed piece, it could grab and just tear. So I always start in the middle. Okay, so that's 3 3/4, and we need to go by 5. So of course I need to move it up at the top. We're going to go to 5. Again, put it in the middle. And then when you cut up and down, you're already in the middle of that paper, and it's going to be perfect. And then you're going to see that pretty DSP. Okay, so that's the very first thing I need you to do, because as I was packaging probably the last couple, I was like, that's not right. So anyway, there you go. So now we're going to move all that aside, and we are going to jump right to the inside. And the inside, we're going to do the same thing. So I left the same white border, and I did as I did out here. So the Secret C is 4 by 5 1/4. Again, you're going to take your white. I'm just going to use this one again real quick and go. Normally, I try to cut these for you, but they were already packaged, and I was like, oi. I want to get them in the mail to you tomorrow, so if you could please just cut those 2 for yourselves, because I didn't. All right, so now let's take these and get our sheet here and add that on. Now we're back to normal. Now, of course, it's probably going to be measured at 4. Look at the way your little leaves go. All right. Oh, thanks, Marilyn. I had just gotten them done, and I really like it. And then I chipped this one right here. I think my dip was still soft when I left, because you know how it's, when you do a dip, you leave, like if it's acrylic and you do the the gel and it dries right away. Well, I think I was like peeling off a sticker or something, and apparently the dip was still soft and the whole corner just bent down, and I was like, oh, that's lovely. So I'm just suffering through. I didn't want to go back and get them fixed. So I was like, it's all right. All right, we're just going to add our glimmer piece here. And add that right here on the inside. Okay, so we did have the blue. So we had that Secret Sea color. And then I call this the cloud cover glimmer, because it's kind of has a gray blue kind of tint to it. And even though I think they call it gray or something like that, I call it cloud cover. And so we are going to add that on the inside. We already have a lot of blue with this. So I decided, you know what, let's go with the cloud cover color there. And then we're just going to add this on the inside. I did not add the DSP on the inside because I usually don't add the back as a DSP, but when I do it just on the front. I had a lot of this from the holiday. This is from that Peaceful, I always say the Peaceful paper, but I can't remember what it's called right now. The Peaceful, anyway, the one with the doves. And so that's the one I'm using to go on this card. And then one sheet in there has that cloud cover, which is this one, which is our flowers. And that's the other side. So I'm always looking at the paper, like what can I use it for? On the reverse side, can I use it for flowers or leaves or whatever? So even though you're done with the holiday with that paper, it also makes great wedding paper or, you know, other things. Okay, so we've cut our embossed piece. And again, I'm still using this one that I did the other day. It's fairly flat on the other side. So I'm just going to use my seal because it does hold really well. If it's very bumpy, I do not use seal on an embossing folder because I want to make sure it holds. And so I will put that, I will put liquid glue. All right, we're going to just add this, layer it up. All right. See, look at that's another cool piece. It's got like the, I think it's gray granite actually on this side. It looks kind of like crumb cake, but I think it's gray granite. Either way, it would be a great background piece for different things. All right, Lisa, I'll get those to you in just a minute. Before the bingo, I'll give them to you. All right, we're going to go right here, add that on. Now let's go ahead and bring in our label. The label is from the cake set. So the Cake Day set. And we're going to use, again, this Thinking of You. And we're going to do it in Secret Sea. Thinking of You, such a pretty font. And I'm stamping it in Secret Sea. It's so close to black, and it's such a pretty color that I'm just going to go with the Secret Sea. I have been using a lot of Secret Sea lately. I just really like it. So pretty. All right, so that's all we need there. All right, so in your kit, this is what you're going to need. You should have a large flower, 2 smaller flowers. Notice that these are let me see here, right there, the same flower. They're just different. Whatever this paper was, I just, cut a bunch of them. So there's that. You should have your large leaves. You should have your dies for the smaller flower and your dies. Make sure you have all your little pieces poked out. That one. You can tell much easier from the back. All right. And no, they do not go on your flowers perfectly. But they will go on those flowers. And then you're going to have your pretty bow that I did for you. And your 3 flower of the, what are those called? Hues of blue flowers. All right, so there we go. So let's get our dimensionals out. All right. All right, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to add my leaves, and we're popping it all up. Everything gets popped up. We want it to be I love to pop things up on my card. All right, so we're going to do this one, and it's going to go towards the top. And I want this leaf right here to touch the side. So I'm going to come up just like this, and this one almost touches the top. Okay. And it's going to kind of go straight, and I angle it just a little bit because we want to cover that. Notice I'm not pushing it down. I'm just going to set that there for now. And then let's go with this one. And we're going to add all we need is 2. All right, and we're going to add this one. I always like these, the pointy thing, especially on the large one, to go this way. And so we're just going to lay that right there. And then this one, I'm going to bring it in, and it's going to go right there. So I'm going to add the glue in the middle, and that's all you need. All right, so we're just going to add our glue and just kind of come right in. You want to make sure that this doesn't hang over. You might want to hold it like this so you can kind of get a good idea. I like it to where as much of it fits on the flower, even though I know it's not going to all fit on the flower. And then, of course, I squished too much on there. There we go. All right, we're going to let that dry. And then same thing here. And then just kind of, figure out which way you want your flower to go. It really doesn't matter, whatever works for you. I still like to put 2 on, even though it's smaller. And we're going to put that like right over here. Because remember, your bow is going to go down here. So I'm just going to kind of layer it close, but not on top of, okay? Because remember, you've got your 2 dimensionals right here. So we're going to lay that there. This one I'm actually going to put together. Make sure I have all my pieces out here. I'm going to add this one. I don't know why I do this every time. I just kind of go round and round until I get to where I think it looks okay. So I'm just going to do it. Did it this way. I think I did it this way. And I'm just going to add that on there. Remember, it is not going to be, it doesn't fit exactly, or at least I don't think they do. And then this one, we're going to add on top. Okay, I'm going to do the same like right here. All right, but now we're going to add our sentiment before we add this one. All right, so we're going to take this and go right in. Oh, we need to take this one off. I forgot. Don't put one all the way to the left. We're going to need glue here. I just wiggle it on, and then I'm going to hold it up so I can see. I want to leave a little bit of room. I don't like it hanging on the edge. I want it to come in some. And so we're going to come in like right about there. Okay. So right about there, I'm going to hold it up, make sure my glue part is straight, and then I can hold it there for just a second to dry. Okay, and then we're going to take this one and put our dimensionals on the back of it. Hopefully the glue has already stuck our glimmer piece. We're going to come right into here and add it. Make sure you can still see your writing. Now we're going to take our bow, and I'm definitely wanting my ribbon shorter. So I'm going to kind of fluff my bow up. I like to kind of push the sides in a little, make sure that they kind of fluff up. All right, and then I'm going to go here, and I like my, especially when it's on the bottom of the card, I want my bow a lot shorter. So I left it a little long. You guys can decide, you know, what you want to do, because you may change it and move it someplace different. All right, and then I'm going to add glue on both sides. I always add glue. I want to make sure my bow is not going to go anywhere, and I'm just going to snug it right up against, kind of in between the two flowers. All right, and then this again, still holding there. And now we are going to take our blue, our hues of blue flowers, and we're going to add one to the middle of each flower. And you don't have to do that. Of course, you can, you know, add them around if you prefer. There's a lot of silver, and I liked the little darker blue there on the front. So there you go. That is how simple that card is. Not pretty. I just love the glimmer. Oh my gosh, I love all of this glimmer. Any glimmer. Sign me up for glimmer. So there you go. There is your card for project number 1. I hope you like it. Pretty simple, huh? So let me just let you know, the bonus card is the video I did last. So if you've you signed up for bingo, and this is your 5th card, which is your bonus card, and I just did this on Monday. So it is on YouTube on Monday. So that's your bonus card there. So when you get that kit, that's where it's at. All right, Lisa, you need your numbers. Let's see, Lisa, I have you down for 3, 8, 15, 21, and 27. So 2 things I want to make sure is, number 1, if anybody put a number over 30, which I don't think you did, I tried to look, we only go up to 30. So if there's any more, let me know. And then if you have moved, I didn't see that anybody moved, but just in case I missed it, if you did, please let me know, and I make sure your kit gets to you. But I don't think anybody's moved, but if just in case, let me know, and I'll double check the address that I have. All right, so now if everybody, let's see, wow, I didn't want the glimmer paper. I was wrong again. Oh yeah, Nancy, you've got to have that glimmer paper. Anything glimmer, you've got to get it. That's a must. All right. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. Isn't that funny? You didn't even have to stamp with that set. All you did is dies. So again, real quick, leaves, flowers, and dies. That's all we used on this set. Love, love, love this set. All right. Is everybody ready for bingo? Everybody has their numbers. Hi, Steph. I didn't see you sneak in. Hi, Marilyn. Ooh, 42 up there. Yeah, it's 52 here. But Marilyn, did you guys get the wind? We were so windy last night. It was crazy. And the night before, I think it was storming. I've never seen so much rain. Did it rain, Steph, where you were? Like it did here? All right, everybody, good luck. And let's get going. Make sure you are caught up and you're drug all the way to the right and you're ready to go. I'm going to just glance real quick. It looks like somebody signed up. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Apparently not. I have a very important order on the way, apparently. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any bingos. All right, you can still sign up for bingo. I have a few kits left. You just can't for this bingo because we're starting now. Number 9. Number 9. I'm going to move my camera out a little bit. I think I had my camera very close because of that last little camera issue we had. So let me fix this real quick. I do go a little faster at the beginning because people usually don't win a bingo in the first few numbers. Lots of rain, yeah. Number 30. All right, lots of B's on number 9. Number 30. So you'll notice I go a little fast at first. Number 14. Number 12. Anna with a BI already. $26. Leslie with the BI. Number 1. Ooh, Anna, BIN already. Number 8. Number 8. Sue with the BI. Tanya, make sure you pull your numbers all the way over to the right. Number 27. So you can get caught up because we're already on to bingo here. Ooh, Carol and Glenetta all with the BI. Number 4. Sue with the BIN, Glenetta. Number 16. Carol and Kathy both with the BIN. Got a cheering squad there, Sue. Number 6. Oh, you guys, I have hair on my eye. Oh, okay, sorry. Still there, I think. All right. Number 10. I must be on my glasses. All right, Paula, BIN, Leslie, BIN, number 19. Ooh, Sue with the BING. So now I start slowing down because it looks like people are coming up with the BIN, BING. Let me stir them up here. Bev with the BIN. Number 5. Cheryl has a B-I-N. Ooh, Leslie has a B-I-N-G. Number 28. All right, Jan with a B-I. I'm slowing down a little bit now. Carol has a B-I-N-G. Number 15. Number 17. All right, Paula and Kathy both have a B-I-N-G now. Number 21. All right, let's see. Seal has a B-I-N. Kathy Garrett. All right, Crystal has a B-I-N-G. Next number is 22. Getting to the bottom here. We've got a lot of people close, so that's why. Oh, Leslie D. Is that Leslie K? Let's see. Let's see. I'm guessing that is Leslie K. So let's check Leslie K. 1, 5, 9, 22, and 27. Congratulations, Leslie. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Leslie, congratulations. You are the winner of bingo number 1. As soon as I find my pen here. Number 1 bingo. Congratulations. Yay. I don't see any other bingos, so congratulations, Leslie. Yay. All right. That's how easy it is. All you have to do is let me know your numbers, and there we go. Okay. So our next card, project number 2, this was actually going to be in my class, and it was so stinking cute. I just had I had too many cards in my cute as a bug class. And so this is the Sweet Bugs, the set that we used. The sentiment we're going to use is love you lots. But look how cute this is. Isn't that cute? He's just sitting on the little stump, the little beetle. He's saying, I love you lots. And we're going to do a little bit of technique over here. So let's show you your kit and what we're going to do. Let's move that over there. All right, so love you lots is the one we're going to use. So be careful when you open your kit. You're going to have lots of little pieces. You're going to have lots of gems on this one. So you're going to have 3 green, 3 yellow, and a ladybug. So put those aside. And then you're going to have some ribbon here. You've got your little beetle who comes right out of your paper. And then we've got some flowers. There's 3 flowers. There's this cone flower here and stem. And then we have a mushroom. All right. And then we also have our 2 layered pieces right here. We're going to have our white for our sentiment and our 2 pieces here that we're going to layer up. Okay, super simple. And let's just start with our inside and we can get that out of the way. We'll take our white and our DSP and add it on the bottom. Look at your leaves, see which way looks best to you. The big bolder leaves are facing up, so that's the way I'm going to go with this. I like to kind of make sure the glue is like on the bottom. Okay, and then I just, make sure that's straight. And then I just gave you whatever scrap I had from cutting this paper. We're going to add that right there. And I like to do a little bend. And then that's where I like to add my liquid and just start at that bend right there. That way I know that's as far as I need to go with the glue. All right, so there is that, and we're done. All right, we'll glue that down to our lemon lolly. All right. Just lay that in there. All right, so inside is done. Now we're going to go ahead and let's do our 2 other panels. Let's do these 2, but before you adhere them, don't forget we need to add our ribbon right there. Ooh, I think we have lightning again, thunder. I can hear it. Oh, that could have been my neighbor's trash can. He was probably bringing his trash cans in. But the other night, the thunder was so loud. All right. Not that it matters, but, you know, sometimes it just looks better one way than the other. So I'm going to add our panel. And now this is going to go right onto our card base, but let's add this. Now what I like to do is you're going to see right here, it's going to be down like, you know, maybe 2/3 or, you know, of the way down. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry. So I like it down a little bit. So if you want to wait to add this until your panel is done, then we can do it. So you can just kind of get an idea of, you know, how far you want it down. But if you put the top to the left side, I put it down about 3¼ inches. 3¼ is right at the top of this. So it's totally up to you. We're going to just wait and we'll do it once we get this guy done. So let's go ahead and adhere these 2. That way we can kind of look at it and make sure where we want to put it. All right, I did leave a larger yellow border. This had a lot of green on it, but I thought I wanted to just, you know, have that kind of up a little bit more. I thought it was under the DSP. Wait, when? Oh yeah, yeah, that goes, the ribbon goes on before we adhere it. So, all right, so we're gonna do this one, little guy. And first thing we're gonna do is let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And you can see that the words are kind of big. So I left this even bigger for you. So you can kind of, you know, decide how you want to do it. I'm gonna actually cut this down a little bit before I stamp, because that way it helps me stamp straighter. And I think I'm going to go to 3. This is 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go, what, you know what, let me do it on my other trimmer so I can tell you, because not all of you have that one. But when I measure, I'll do it on this one so you guys can see. For myself, I want to go less. So I'm going to do like a 1/2 an inch. Because it helps me stamp straighter when I make this smaller. So for myself, that's how I'm going to do it. So whatever works for you, you do. Let me find my black here. And we are going to stamp the I love you. And let's get our... I haven't used this stamp in a little while, so let's just kind of stamp it off and make sure it's not all crazy. Although we're going to cut it up anyway. So it doesn't really have to be straight in case you put this on crooked or whatever. We don't have to really worry about that. And I'm just going to go right here. So I did middle from top to bottom. So it's, close enough to being in the middle. And now we can cut it. And I like to cut it on my trimmer, but if you're comfortable just doing it with your scissors or whatever, because I know sometimes with your scissors, it's a little easier to eyeball it. I'm going to do it this way. So there's love. And then you. And then lots. All right, so there we go. Love you, lots. Notice I did it upside down because I had this to kind of move and help with moving it and measuring it. So there's that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So the first thing we're going to do is let's bring these in. So the colors I have right now are Lolly Lemon, Old Olive, and Peach Pie. And I have the dark and the light. And so what I did is I'm going to do the peach. And what I like to do is just kind of look at the color and decide which one I want to do. Do I want light or do I want dark? And I think I'm going to go with light. So these 3 flowers, even though I put my embellishment on top, you can kind of see that there's peach on it. So I just did it like this. I'm just going to take these and I'm going to go around the circle and just kind of out a little bit, like a little star, like a starfish, whatever. Just kind of like a... And you're going to put a gem on it. It doesn't have to be super neat. You just want to kind of see it. It's just going to add a little bit more to your card, and that'll lighten up just a little bit. So we'll take those off. And that's our peach. And that was with the light Peach Pie. All right, the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to use Lemon Lolly. So I'm going to kind of, and if it's easier, bring a scratch paper in, because that way you know what color you're, kind of working with the white. This is the dark, and then this is the light. Okay, isn't that funny? This one looks darker than this one, but it's probably because I used the other one a lot better. Oh, Marilyn, we were just talking about that mini trimmer. My friend and I are like, we don't let anybody use our mini trimmer. Okay, so I think this one's actually darker just because I probably used it less than that one. So I'm going to bring in my cone flower, and I'm just going to go down like this and leave the rest white. Okay, so you're just kind of giving it a little bit of color. And then what I did is I take it and just flick down the leaves just a little, or up, whatever you're comfortable with, and just add. So now you can see that there's a little bit of yellow on there, like that's just how the flower is. All right. And then I forgot, I need my pecan pie. I gotta finish that flower and we'll go back to our yellow. But for our flower now, we need our the little top of our flower. Now remember, in this set, this could be, oh, I don't have the dies right here, but this could be, there was some berries in there and some different things in the set, but we are going to put this on the top of our flower. So we want to look at our pecan pie. And I do that. And I do this almost everything I color because I use these so much that sometimes it, like I said, like this other one, some are darker, some are lighter, and you want to make sure which one you want, because even though this is the darker one, I may have used the dark so much that the light's darker. But we're going to do this in light pecan pie. And what I'm going to do, so I don't get it all over my fingers, is I'm just going to color. This is just the little center of that flower. So we're going to send that over and we'll glue that on in just a little bit. And that's all you need for that one. Actually, no, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. My mushroom, I did the whole thing yellow last time, but I think I'm going to take my pecan pie and just do the stem in the brown, because it all is yellow and it just looks weird like that. Now what I did is I took I'm going to take my dark because it's lighter, and I am going to color my mushroom yellow. Okay. All right, so there's my yellow, but then we are going to do polka dots. So we're going to bring in peach, and I'm going to do the dark one. We're going to do dark peach, and all I do is just add some polka dots just to make it kind of look just kind of fun and whimsical. Make sure you do some off the edges to make it look more realistic. All right, that's it. Some cute little polka dots just to make it kind of look like it's a little whimsical mushroom. So there's our little mushroom. All right, so there's that. There's our flower. Let me move these all out of the way here. And now we need to do our stem. And we're going to bring in our old olive. That one is dark, which seems pretty, oh, look at, have I used that one a little bit? But look, easy enough. It's still very wet, and we're going to do this. So we're using, I do not throw these away until I have to, because there's a lot of times I do stuff like this, and if I'm doing a bunch for a swap or for a, thank you cards for orders or whatever, I'm still going to use, they still have ink in them. But I think I'm going to take this and just do like a line down the middle. All right, and then I'll do the stem right there and maybe right here. We're just going to add a little fun to this, and I'm going to come back in. I want it to show up because it's kind of hidden over here. So we're going to just go back in, make this a little darker. There we go. So by just adding that little bit of the dark green, it just kind of gives it a little more detail. All right, so I think we're good with our coloring. That is all we need. We are going to move these. And now we're going to glue this little guy and this one. So just kind of look at it and see what looks like the point to you. It really looks the same. And so I'm going to add this right here. And we're going to add that guy right here. Okay, so there's your flower. We're going to leave that there for a second, and then we'll start putting everything together. All right, first thing is our little bug. We're going to put him on. He's going to sit up on our little stump. All right, so just put him sitting right there. Sit him up straight. His legs are just dangling there. We're going to do our, let's bring in minis for that part. Love you. Oops. And lots. All right, love you lots. We can go ahead and add that now. We're going to put that right up by his head up here. Okay, so here's love. I'm just going to tuck it just under the corner of his head, but I want to see the flowers. So, and you want to make sure it's straight. So love you. I want his little hand on it. Love. Just a little bit. Oh, come on. Love you. Okay, so like he's holding it or he's pointing. And then lots. I want the mushrooms to show, so this one's going to go over a little bit more. They don't all have to show, but... And then I like to hold it up, make sure it's straight or somewhat straight, which this is not. There we go. Love you lots. All right, so there's that. Let's go back to these. And I'm going to add these flowers. I'm just going to, I like to squish them in the center just to give them a little bit of body there. Let's add our dimensionals. Two and three. All right, we'll set those aside. We're going to take this and add our flower to it. So we're going to take and add glue to this and add our flower. Even though I colored that, we don't need to color it because we are going to pop up that flower. We need our mushroom. Everything's going to be popped up right here. And then I wasn't too worried about the stem, and I'll show you that in a minute. But we are going to turn this over and add minis on our leaves. Let's see. If you go edge to edge, you'll be okay. It's really close, but just be careful. And you should be able to hide it okay. And this one, same thing. I'm going to go a little higher on it because it's a little thicker. And then I'm going to add one to the bottom because it's going to help. It's going to, well, I'm going to add one right here. Even though you're going to see it right there, this is going to cover that up. All right, so we're going to leave that there. Don't worry about the center yet. If you feel like you need to add maybe a half of one, we probably will. Actually, I think we will. So we'll just add. I like to go from point to point so that you have that flat edge on the side. So just when you cut it, go point to point, and then that gives you a little more narrow dimensional, and it will fit perfect right there. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to add a large dimensional right to the back of this. And I do it on all three pieces. So I do it on the top of the flower and the stem. So it's all covered. And then you've got your pieces here at the bottom. So we're going to add this first. And it's going to go like right about here. Now you're just going to lay it down carefully. And if your leaf goes off, it's okay, because remember, you've got the whole card base below. So that's okay. We're going to go right there. Now you're going to come in with your mushroom. And you're going to tuck that mushroom right underneath here. So that the mushroom the dimensional that you can't see is under that leaf right there. Okay, so you're going to just lay that down. This leaf is going to come out a little bit because it's got that dimensional on it. And lay down. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to add our flowers. And we're going to add a flower right here. A flower right here. I like to cluster them. And then a flower over here. All right. And then I think we are good with this. So we're going to pop this up. And we're going to see where you want to put your ribbon. All right. Regular and mini. All right, so those are done. Now, let's bring our card base back in. And I'm just going to lay it like this and think about where you want it. And you're going to want it to go right here. So I'm going to bring this down to the bottom. And I'm going to say I want this to go about right here. So I think I'm going to do it right on the top of this line right here. And that's, I mean, it's really where you eyeball it and what you want to do. So I'm going to go right here and right here. So I start it like this. And then I just kind of come around. Oops, I went too far. You don't need it that much because this is going to be glued all the way down. And then just come across. Whatever looks straight to you. Fix it. You have time to fix it before you seal it on. All right, I think that's good. And then I like to go over it to just give it that extra, so it has glue on top, glue on the bottom. Also do it like this. I like to really make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to do that. And now we can put that on our card base. And go right here. There we go. Oh, my card base is a little wonky. There we go. All right, there we go. And now we're good with this little guy. What die is it? Oh, it's from the Sweet Bug set. It's in the Sweet Bug set. And then we're going to put this little guy right here. Let me I'll grab the dies. I don't think, oh, I have them right here. So here's that stem with the flower. Here's the other flowers. you've got a couple different size mushrooms. I used the small one. And then here's the little berry. So you could do strawberries and blackberries, but also this could be the inside of the flower. Okay, and look at here. You even have a dragonfly, a snail, and a butterfly that you could add. It's such a cute set to do little whimsical things on that. All right, so there's that. We need to add our embellishments. And so we're going to add the large one in the front, and then we'll do the two littler ones right here. Okay, and then we're going to do our green. And I did them right here, and I just added this one over by the little bug. Okay, and now we got to do our little ladybug. These ladybugs are so cute because they're flat, but they're so colorful and cute. And then we're going to have this little guy coming right here, like up on the leaf. Like he's crawling on the leaf right there. All right, so there we go. Now, if you wanted to, I think would be really cute. I should have thought about it, except I need to pull another one out. Is this panel right here? You could have like splattered it with Wink of Stella or something to give it a little like, you know, fairy dust kind of look to it. And then, but look how cute he is. Love you lots. Can you imagine this could have been a perfect Valentine card? Put a little heart in his hand. Super cute little set. And then kind of maybe did it in some reds or pinks or something. But that is card number 2. So I hope you guys like it. I got that set for your bug class. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Marilyn. There's all kinds of really cute dies with this set. I love it. I've got to say that the coneflower is the perfect touch to that card. It's so darn cute. Yeah, isn't that cute? It just like makes it look a little more realistic. Just pop it up. I love these panels that are already done, and you could just do so much with them. Like I said, that card was a card that I wanted to do in the class, and I already had too many things in the class as it was, so I decided not to do it in the class and make it a bingo. Because it was just, that was such a fun class to do. Oh, this next class, I can't wait. All right. So don't forget, March bingo, there's a link below to do bingo for March, and there is not a bingo in April. I don't do bingos in April. I'm switching catalogs over and doing all that kind of stuff. I do have a flat rate box free right now. You cannot combine bingo with it, but if you purchase $100 from me, and that is after coupons and before shipping and tax, then I will send you a flat rate box full of goodies. I'm putting those together this weekend, and so I'm pulling things that are still, you know, that are gone that I haven't pulled yet, and so I am sending out flat rate boxes, so be prepared for that. All right, are we ready? All right, here we go. Good luck. We are playing bingo number 2. Oh, look, number 2. There you go. Okay, number 21. Everybody make sure that you have your bar pulled over all the way to the right so that you can be caught up to where we are. Number 19. Number 19. All right, we've got some bees going already. Number 3. So my grandson has finished basketball. We are on to baseball now. It is officially baseball season, which is my favorite. So that is much better than football and way better than basketball. Yay. Number 20. Number 8. Remember, when you're doing bingo, you want to type B-I if you're on an I, because I need to see the whole word. It's just easier for me to see. Number 4. Number 16. We are going to be using a new set for the next card. Number 1. Number 24. Number 15. Ooh, Stephanie has B-I-N-G, number 28. Carol has B-I-N. Paula has B-I-N. Carol now has B-I-N-G, number 23. All right, Carol Farmer now has B-I-N. Number 12. Okay, I'm looking. Oh, Deborah has bingo. Deborah, what is your last name? Does it start with an S? Deborah. What is your last name? I have a few Deborahs playing, so I need to have your last name. Let me check your numbers. Let me see if this is you. 3, 7. Nope, that one's not you. Okay, let me go find another one. 6, 7. Nope. Yeah, Retta. Deborah, I don't have you. Is Retta your last name? Because I don't have you playing bingo. Did you register to play bingo? I'm looking real quick here. No, I don't have Retta at all. Were you just playing along with us, or? Okay, I don't have Deborah on here, and she is not on my emails for registering. I'm just going to check one more thing. Deborah, did you register with me? Because I don't show you registered. Okay, everybody, we're going to continue on because I don't see her and she's not answering, so I'm not quite sure. Okay. Okay, we're going to continue on, everybody. So number 12 is the last number. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Everybody good? All right, Sue, thank you. B-I. Sue has a B-I. Okay, next number, 26. All right, let's see. Number 13. Number 25. Thanks, Rosie. Ooh, Marilyn has a B-I-N-G. Cindy, B-I-N. Number 17. Rose, B-I-N-G. Oh, Carol Helms with the bingo. Let's look and see. Carol, let's see. Carol, 1, 2, 8, 13, and 24. 24 and 24. Carol has a bingo. Congratulations. Okay, so let me look here. Hold on, Carol. Where did my pen go? I'm telling you, I have one pen here. There we go. All right. Carol got number 2 bingo. Marilyn. Let's check Marilyn's. Was it Marilyn? Yeah, Marilyn. Let's see. Marilyn has 4, 13, 15, 25, and 30. I don't see 30, Marilyn. Am I missing it? 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Okay, let me double check on Marilyn's numbers. Marilyn, did I have your numbers written wrong? Let me look. I want to make sure. I won't show you. Marilyn's message came across as a private message, but I'm laughing, Marilyn. Okay, Marilyn's was a boo-boo. All right, no worries. Okay. All right, Carol, congratulations. Yay. Congratulations, Carol. 1 bingo, number 2. Marilyn got the funny for the day. Made me laugh. All right, so Carol, number 2. Okay, so you guys, of course, can continue playing for fun. And, oh, Sue was so close. And, but let's go to card number 3. All right, so you guys know I'm in the middle of making a class right now. And, or well, the class is finished. How I wish I could send it out to you right away. Everything is done. The video, the PDF, everything is done. So as soon as I get back, the day I get back, I can release it and ship it. So I will. But if you want to get in on the class, I'm going to tell you it's going to be a fantastic class. I am super excited about it. But we are going to do a bingo card, which is Delicate Whispers. So here is your card. Okay, remember this card I did for bingo, but the class has a ton of product in it. And it is going to be, you're going to love it. But this one, I wanted to do a clean and simple. I love this embossing folder. If you use the die with it, you get the little cutouts that pop up, but I honestly like it better just the embossing folder, although it comes with all the other dies. I'll show you. It's this one right here. And so I got the hexagon right here. They've got these really cool banners and another label here. You've got all these to die cut out. But there aren't any images to cut out in dies. But the paper is amazing. So for this set, the embossing folder comes with the Paradise Garden Hybrid set, which is this one. Okay, but we're using the paper for the Delicate Whispers, and here is the stamp set for that one. Isn't that pretty? It is beautiful. All right, so we're going to use this. And we're going to do Hope You Feel Your Best Soon, which is part of the Delicate Whisper set. And so let's open this card up. And here's your kit. All right, so you're going to have 2 of the small and 1 of the large gems. You need a blue and a brown flower. You need a blue and a brown small flower. And you're going to have your hexagon. And then we're going to set this aside and work on the inside. So let's glue these in. Now this paper, you want to be careful with this paper. If you want to cut this paper when you see it, and you want to cut it with all the different colors, you have to cut one way. If you turn the paper, it's going to be, for example, it's going to be blue, brown, blue, brown, blue, brown, or green, gray, you know, so it's going to be green, gray, green, gray, green, gray. Same thing, gray, green, gray, blue, brown, you know. So one way is all the colors. The other way, it is the same colors. So when you get ready to cut, if you want to do a card like this, just be aware of that, okay? Be prepared for that. I might give you a sneak peek of one of the cards, you guys, because I just can't. Okay, so let me just show you this real quick. That center photo, it's hard to see, but those are all snippets from the cards I made. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 fancy folds. Let me think. 1, 2. Gosh, I can't remember if that one's a fancy fold. Well, there's at least 3 fancy folds. So hopefully you can see that. I just can't show you the cards because I just can't. I've been wanting to, but I can't. But you will love the class. And there's several different options to get the card for free. Again, that's not one of the ones that cross over for the flat rate box. If you put in the order of $100 or more in February from me, you can get the class for free. But then you wouldn't get the flat rate. If you do $200, you can get the flat rate and the class. Remember, it's after coupons and all that, but you want to make sure you register for the class. All right. And then in the note, just say, I put in an order and so that I can get flat rate and the class, or just flat rate, or whatever you want. So just let me know in the note section when you register. All right. So we're going to add our card. So again, add your DSP at the bottom. Look how colorful that is. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to add this on the inside. Now, if you wanted to, you have this stamp set. You could stamp on the inside. I can't do that a lot in Bingo because I can't assume that you have the stamp set. Or if you need to, if I did do stamping of flowers, you can always use whatever flowers you have, and you can add that on the inside of your card also. You don't always have to use DSP, but you'll see me do that a lot for Bingo. All right, so we are going to add these two together. Now this is a perfect example of an embossing folder that's got it does have some flatter spots, but look at all those grooves. So I'm definitely going to use liquid glue, and I just kind of do it like this to just make sure I get it on the flat, but inside also, and just enough to make sure it's going to stay down on my card base. Again, this card base is Secret C, and it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. The white is basic white, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. And now, since I'm doing the horizontal, I just kind of look at it, even though it doesn't really matter which way it goes. Sometimes I like the look of it one way versus the other for no apparent reason, just what looks better to me. And we're going to lay that on here. All right, now what I should have done is I should have done this first, like I try to tell you guys. So now you know when you get this, we're going to layer these two together, and then when you lay them on here, it's going to go white to white, which it worked out fine. But if it hadn't, it would hang over. So you want to make sure that you, you know, measure first, and maybe even adhere it on so you can trim it. But always just double check that, because sometimes I might just have pieces that are that long and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good, because you should always do it ahead of time, not like what I just did. This one just happens to go edge to edge, so I'm going to start this one on the edge, because you have your Secret C piece right here, so you don't really need it to hang over. But you're going to notice right here, the DSP slightly goes over, so I want to trim that. Okay, and now I'm going to use glue on this, because now we're going back onto the embossing folder again. Hi, Nell. All right, so I'm going to go back and forth, make sure I have enough on there, and I always tend to do a little extra just because. And now this again is basically the same thing. It doesn't really matter where you put it. You can put it as high or as low as you want. I just kind of eyeball it, but I do want it straight. So we'll move that, put that there. And this one goes up about, from the blue, it goes up just shy. The DSP is at 1 inch. So the DSP is at 1 inch. The blue is going to be a little lower. Like right about there. Oops, right about there. And I'm going to go right about there. And then I just kind of look and make sure that that looks straight. So you can fix it if you need. All right, we're going to do some stamping. And again, I'm going to use our Secret C, because it's so close to black and it's just such a pretty color. And it says, hope you feel your best soon. Put that straight. I'm going to put it right in the center. There we go. Hope you feel your best soon. All right, we're going to bring this in. We're going to add our dimensionals on the back of this. This is going to be the first thing we're going to do, and then we'll adjust our flowers. This is small enough to where I really don't need one in the center. But I'm going to put this about, I'm going to bring this in, and I want this to go about like that. So I think I'm going to put this here, and then I'm just going to put my sentiment It is going to be up a little, not necessarily in the center, but just a little higher. I'm just going to lightly tap that on just to make sure that that looks straight to me, and that does. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it right up and just slightly under this corner. And then I'm going to take a dimensional and put it out on the tip right here. And because it's DSP and lighter, I'm going to also take my minis and just put some on the ends right here because I want to make sure that it doesn't get caught. And now I'm going to take this and slide it. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the end because it's going to come up on top of our sentiment. And I'm going to take that and go right about there. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about where I'm putting it on the flower because it's going to go straight up against your label, and you don't have to worry about that. I don't know how you don't get ink all over your fingers. Oh, sometimes I sure do. But I try hard not to because it's a mess. All right, so same thing with this one. So you're going to take your brown one, and it's going to go up like that too. Okay, so you want to make sure you keep it on your card. So your brown is going to go right about here. So take a dimensional, and you can just go right up, kind of half on and half off is what I did. And then again, I'm going to do one towards the top, and then two little ones out here. And we're going to add our glue right there. And I'm going to have that about, you just want to make sure that you keep your leaf on. So I'm going to twist that up just a bit and then lay those down. Okay. And now we need our little flowers. This is how easy this card is. So easy. These flowers in this set are absolutely gorgeous. So in my class, we do use these, but we also are using the stamps. We use a lot of everything. I'm going to add this one. I'm going to change this one to go over here. I had it up there, but I kind of like it over there better. And then this one over here. All right, and then we're bringing in our gems. I'm going to do the smaller two in the middle of the flowers. And we're going to do the larger one just over here. All right, that's simple. So super cute, clean. Oh, Gwen, I've been watching the Olympics. We record them, so I'll be watching them when we're done here. But there we go. Oh, and then that Beastmaster show's on tonight, I think. So we'll be watching that too. But look at that. I love the bronze in this. You will see a lot of the bronze paper in my class. I do provide a lot of it for every card except the bonus card, which I will be doing on Monday. Remember, I will not be here on Friday, but on Monday, I will be doing the bonus card. I'll show it to you guys. All right, so there's that. No, I'm not going to show it to you guys. I can't. I have to keep telling myself, no, no, no. All right, so there is project number 3. So we have one more to go. Let me find this here real quick and move this out of the way so I can get to my next card. On the next card, I just can't stop playing with this. So I hope you'll like it too. All right, I love this card. We'll have to taste this. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys liked it. So it was a lot of fun. I love this folder, and I love this whole set, the Delicate Dreams. It's my favorite out of the new online exclusives for sure. All right, let's go. Good luck on bingo number 3. Number 2. Number 18. Remember, if you guys go, oh, what is the folder? It's with the Paradise Garden Hybrid set. So it's part of this die set. It comes with this. It's right here. The Paradise Garden Hybrid. So that's that set. If you guys are going to Long Beach, please say hi. Dolores, is it your birthday? Happy birthday. I have used mine yet, but love this one too. I'm sorry, my birthday tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Happy birthday. Number 12. Number 7. I am celebrating my 6th year with Stampin' Up next week. Yay! My returned 6th year, I should say. Number 30. Number 24. In my flat rate boxes too, you guys, in case you didn't hear me the other day, is I have 3 sets of ink pads, and Stephanie was here last week, 28, and we were just talking about how I have 3 sets when I used to do classes in person, but now I don't, so I don't need all of those. Number 22. So I will be adding ink pads and markers into my boxes. Number 5. I'll probably get rid of 2 sets. I don't need 3 sets. 29, but I only have 1 set of markers, so they will go first. I still work full-time as a stockbroker. If I ever retire, I will stamp all day. Oh, Dolores, that's good. Ooh, Beverly has a BING. And so does Jan. All right, so now it's time that I slow down a bit because people are getting close. Oh, Jan has bingo. Let's see. 2. Wow, that was fast. 22, 9, 29, and 5. Congratulations, Jan. Yay! 3rd bingo goes to Jan. Remember your bingos, please have them turned in to me by the end of the month. I leave town next Thursday. So if you can have them maybe before then, that'd be awesome. But I will have my laptop. I can put your order in then. But don't forget, you get free shipping for the next few days. So you might want to take advantage of that. That was a fast one. Wow, that has to be a record. Not a record, but for sure fast. We have done it this fast. Actually, yeah, pretty much probably the same. But yeah, good job. Congratulations. All right, so let's put these back in. You are welcome. All right, there we go. Now, for the last project, you guys have seen me use the Days Like This Memories of More pack. And I absolutely love it. And so this is our card with glimmer. So you've seen me use the one with the little ones. You've seen me make the calendar, which I have right here. I'll show you. So you've seen me pull these out. I've also done some cards with the other pieces that go with this edge piece that I had, that I used also for the another card. And so this is another one that was in there that I just loved so much. And so I thought, ooh, and I added that embossing folder there. I think it's called All Around. Let me see what it is real quick so I can show you. I think it's All Around this one, all in a row. So it's this one right here. All in a row. So that's what I used for this with the Flirty Flamingo. This is just the card in the set. And then I've already showed you how I took pieces out of that one piece that I used the butterfly for right here. And then I used the sentiment. I popped that out. And then I started using this. And then I even made little labels like this out of it. You can see on the back side that it's got just, I use them for every little thing because you can add just that little bit of color in your label. So this is what we're going to do. Again, look how super simple that is. All you got to do is stamp a sentiment. That's it. So pull this out. Now I did this one. The problem with doing bingo in classes now are things leave and come and go. Like this ribbon has left. And it's like, ah! And of course, this is the perfect double oval, which is retired. So I did stamp these for you. But sometimes there's just perfect things. I don't get rid of punches. I don't get rid of glimmer. So I'll use it because I assume you probably have it too. And so why wouldn't you want to make a card like this also? Now, I didn't do anything on the inside because you could add something in it. If you have a butterfly stamp or a flower or anything, you could stamp in it. This didn't have more DSP unless I took away from other projects that I was doing. Like I did all of this, but used all the yellow and then I used all of this, but the top of this paper is where I got that other label. Use all your scraps. So that is kind of the moral of the story for this card is these memories and more packs are brilliant. And this butterfly one is by far one of my favorites, which is maybe why I bought so many of them. I'm even making more cards with them. All right, so this is going to go on the inside. So let's go ahead and add that. What I love about these is the work is done. I mean, if you think about it, you're embossing a piece and you're cutting a few panels and then done. Stamping a sentiment. Super simple. Okay, so that's the inside. Let's take our thank you. We're going to do it in black. As soon as I find my black. The thank you I'm using is the little one from Nature Symphony, which is this one right here. You Make Me Smile was a little bit too big. It'd be perfect. I loved it, but it would be too big. So we're going to do a thank you. We're just going to go right over to the edge. So it's kind of, you're missing the flower part there. It gives you a little bit of design. It matches the paper. All right, we're going to glue this on here. All right, now I like to do this with liquid too, so you can kind of wiggle it into place. All right, so there's that. We can go ahead and adhere these. Notice I did this in 3 layers. So I did this one. We're going to add our butterflies on it and then the pool party. So it just really shows off that. So we're going to use liquid. I'm going to do liquid and then I go around. I don't want that. See how I went really close up there? So I'm going to take that and I'm going to start it right here and wipe that part off and then come in the middle. All right. Make sure that's where you want it. Luckily, it's liquid. We can kind of wiggle it. And then I like to hold it and then I don't go too close to the edges, but just kind of until it starts getting tacky, and then you can do a little more if you want. But we are going to add our seal. All right, there we go. I feel like my butterflies moved a little. There we go. All right, so remember it's on glimmer, so it's going to take a minute to adhere. So I usually like to just kind of set that aside. Let's do this one. This one again is fairly flat also. So I'm going to do seal, and then we'll add a little bit of glue just for time purposes for the video. I'm going to make sure my adhesive is on the back side, and then the whole middle, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. That way we know it's not going anywhere. All right. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and add this to our card base because the ribbon is going to go around the smaller piece. This is just about to run out on me. All right. Now when I use this embossing folder, I try to do it as evenly or close as I can. So if I'm going to have any flowers on one side, I have them on the other. That way it just kind of balances out. Even though if this one's bigger than this one, at least it kind of balances. Whereas if you had it kind of, you know, starting perfectly here and not here, I don't know why. That's just me. I just like to kind of to do it that way. All right, so now we're going to do our butterflies and with our ribbon. So just kind of think about where you want your ribbon to be. Think about your sentiment. It's going to cover some of your butterflies up. There's just no way around that. So we're just going to kind of put it right there in the middle so you can see the little guy at the bottom. You can see all of them. So I'm going to go right about there. So I want my seal to go about right here. It doesn't have to be exact like usual. I just kind of will go here, wrap it, and wrap it. Okay, so just like about right there. And then I'm going to come in with my seal and just make sure that's sealed well. Same with this one, this side. I go backwards sometimes. And then I'm just gonna go all the way around. All right, so there we go. This is, oh, you know what? This was supposed to be popped up. So this is what you do. You take your embossing buddy, because I goofed. This is supposed to be popped up. And we're just going to unsticky all of it. I'm not going to do it on there. I'm doing it around the top and bottom. We're going to take that, unstick it. Have you guys ever done that before? See, now it barely is sticky. All right, we will wipe this off. All right, that's wiped off enough. And we're going to add our dimensionals. And then I'm going to make sure that that sticks, just in case I got any powder on it. Let's do our dimensionals. We're going to add some right here, just in case. If there's any powder on it, I don't want them to come loose. All right, yeah, we're putting a lot on. That way they don't stick too. Okay, we're gonna, a lot of powder in there. All right, we're gonna put this on right here. Right about in the middle. Looks good. And now we're gonna puff up our sentiment. Now, one of the things I do, if I'm gonna put this on top of the ribbon, let me show you. First, I'm going to do 3, which I don't have any more, and I don't want to cut this up yet. I'll do that later for another project. I'm going to put another one on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a glue dot. But let me wipe my powdery hands off. Let's see, you should have punched out more circles from the center of the glimmer. And you can. I did punch them out of a lot of centers of things I was working on, but I just happened to not on this one. All right, so we're going to take this, and I like to put it on first, kind of get an idea where it's at. But see how it's just sticking to the ribbon? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure it. And under the dimensionals, at least 2 of them, I'm going to slide a glue dot right under there and then one on this side. That way, our sentiment, this one you're going to have to really slide under there. There, see now it's stuck. Okay, yeah, I like the ribbon with it too. It's just perfect. I love this ribbon. One of my favorites. Okay, also I love these gems. These are one of my favorites too, the faceted, pearlized faceted circles. And so we have a lot of white up here. So I took the larger one and put it here with the small one. And then I took another small one and I put it right here. There we go. That is project number 4. So let me show you all the cards real quick. For those of you that might be leaving before we play our last bingo. That is 4, number 3, number 2, number 1. So there's our 4 cards. And then this one I did on Monday. And this was our bonus project. So those are all bingo. You will get kits for all of this. And what I opened up and created tonight is exactly what you're going to get. If you still want this, so bingo is $45. You're going to get all these kits to create them, okay? Bingo is a bonus. Bingo is free. So just like a class, you would get your kits and this video to come back and create your projects. You just will not get a PDF, okay? So I don't do PDFs for bingo. So I try to make them as simple as I can so that you can recreate them. You can use whatever sentiments that you have. I give you the labels so you can find something to match them, or just go like this, find a paper, a white paper, use it for something else, save the labels I do for you for another project. And so that's kind of how bingo works. So I try to make them as easy as you can so you can use what you have on hand. Okay, so all right, let's do our last bingo. Thank you again, everybody, for participating and playing. Thank you to those that are watching and that didn't play, but you're here to watch the video. I would love a thumbs up and a share and like, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And let's get going. Here is number 22. Again, below you can find all of the classes that I have available, next month's bingo. Go to my blog and you can sign up for my newsletter. Number 14. Number 17. Thank you, Nancy. Number 12. Thanks, Gwen. Number 21. Number 5. Oh, could I get any more crooked? $29. $27. All right, Rosie, here, let's try. I'll shake them up for you. $24. $7. It's funny when I see you guys say you don't have anything yet. It just reminds me when I'm playing bingo at the bingo hall and I'm on for 20 numbers until somebody yells bingo and I don't get anything, thinking I'm going to win. Number 20. I'm like, oh man, I've already got, 4 numbers. All I need is 1. And then everybody just keeps going and going and going. Number 4. But they come from 0 too, so. Number 28. Ooh, Marva has a B-I-N-G. $26. Ooh, Deb has a B-I-N-G. Okay, I'm going to slow down here a little bit. All right, next number 9. So Deb and Marva are on with the B-I-N-G. Lots of B-I-Ns, lots of B's. Number 6. Ooh, that was lots of B-I-Ns with the number 9. Whoever Brandon is, make sure you put B-I-N all on one line like everybody else is doing so I can see your word a little bit better, please. All right, Deb has B-I-N-G. Oh, Marva has bingo. All right, Marva, let's see. Here we go. 6, 7. 6, 7, 20, 12, and 29. 29. Congratulations, Marva got bingo. Yay, Marva. Bingo number 4. Congratulations. Thunderstorm's coming. Thunderstorm. Oh, Nancy. Sherry, these are actually just from Canva, I think I got them. My team is the Stampin' Dragonflies. And so that's where all these little guys are from. Last time I did them, and I did them in colors. And I decided I wasn't going to do that again because I don't want to have to keep replacing my numbers. when the colors retire. So yes, congratulations to all the winners. So I have number 1 is Leslie Knox. Number 2, Carol Helms. Number 3, Jan Legler. Is that how you say it? Legler? I always want to say Ledger. Legler. And number 4, Marva Dahoney, I think. Really great projects as always. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like them. Don't forget to join March's bingo. We'll definitely have some new product in the March bingo. And then in March, we get to pre-order the new catalog. So I'm excited about that. And so you'll see some new stuff coming. I'll be doing an unboxing. March's is going to be the 25th because I will be just coming back from the onstage. So I'm leaving next week to go to my granddaughter's. I come back for a week and I leave again. So I've got a couple cards already done for March's bingo, which I'm super excited about. They all already cut and prepped. Steph, you'll be happy. They're cut and prepped and ready. And I'm going to be working on the next 3 cards here the rest of the week. Tomorrow, I am putting boxes together for those that order, over $100 in shopping, completely separate from the class and bingo. And then I will be getting those boxes out to you probably on Monday, okay? Because I need to pull my inks and I still need to pull product that's leaving and that kind of, or that has left and that kind of thing. I will definitely be putting the ink and some markers in these first boxes. And I'm excited to get more papers. Oh yes, Paper Share. Paper Share is open. It's below. You will get a quarter pack of all of the new online exclusive paper. I will do one at the beginning of the new large catalog also, of course. And by request, I will also do the embellishments and the ribbon, but those will be cut in half. It's just so much easier to just do it in half because I know, right now the embellishments seem to be like they're not making them nice and straight always. Some of them you'll notice I'm cutting like this, and just so you guys all get the same amount. Oh, there's lightning with the storm. Oh, we had major one yesterday. When is Marge's bingo? It is the it's right here, 25th. Yes, the 25th at 5 o'clock. So that will be that. When do the demonstrators get to order the new catalog? Gwen, demonstrators, I'm going to Onstage, so I'm guessing we're going to get it at Onstage. Normally, but I could be wrong, normally they've been saying your first order in your pre-order, that they will send it in that order or in your first order that they send it to you. They don't just send them out anymore. It's just because people will just order their first order and it comes in the mail. So it saves shipping. It saves a lot of stuff. That's where it will be. Let's see what else. March's bingo. All right. I think that's it. Paper Share, March bingo, the Delicate Dreams class. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be a fantastic class. One of the fancy folds is super fancy, and you'll see that next week. I only do a limited amount of kits. You know that. So if you want to get the kit, please do. The special right now is if you order in February. In fact, let me show you. Let's see. There was a flat rate. No. Trying to find all my, oh, here we go. Free shipping. So free shipping's right now, the 18th through the 20th on orders $75 or more. Please remember, if you use your bonus day coupons or your Stampin' rewards or anything like that, that is deducted. So make sure your order after those are $75 for free shipping. For me, if you do an order of $100 or more after your bonus days or Stampin' rewards and before tax and shipping, then I will send you a flat rate box. If you won bingo tonight, you can put in a $200 order. And again, after bonus days and Stampin' Rewards or before shipping and tax, then you can either get the class for free or you can get a flat rate box. And you can do both of those for a $200 order unless you win bingo. So it's how much you pay, if that makes sense to you. So if you do a $200 order, you can get one of those. If you want to do a $300, you'll get both the class, the flat rate box, and of course your bingo. Those cards for the class are absolutely gorgeous. Oh yeah, Stephanie has seen and helped me cut those classes. So yes, she's seen them. When did you get to order from the new catalog? I want to say, Gwen, I believe it is the 23rd of March, maybe 20. Well, if the 25th is a Wednesday, I'm going to guess the 24th of the month. I think it's at the end of the month. We get to pre-order. I don't remember the exact date, but it is at the end of the month. And then we'll get to pre-order. So for those of you that aren't a demonstrator, if you want to pre-order your new products and get them early, join my team. I'd love to have you. And get the platform. This year, this month, you still can get that stamping positioner. I call it a platform. The stamping positioner, you can still get that. And so if you want to join, so let's see, if you join in March, so April, May, and June would be your first official quarter. Okay, so you'll have through the end of June, and then July being a grace period. So you'll get to pre-order and order all of the new items and get 20% off. So it's a great deal. All right, if there's no more questions, I will see you Monday with a super fancy fold bonus project that you're going to get to see way early before the class. Can even get mailed out. But you will get that kit in the class, and it is limited amount of people. So just remember that. Don't forget to sign up for the paper share, and I will see you guys on Monday. I will not be here Friday. Have a great rest of your week and this weekend, and stay safe. And I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.